How you doing, YouTube? Today we're back with a brand new video. So in today's video, we have a small job. It is 2 walls to be skimmed. It's not a massive amount. We have our materials on board already. So we're going to head there. I'm going to show you the whole thing from beginning to finish, setup to last trial. I'm going to talk you through it with voiceover. So I'm going to get started.
Okay, so we're going to do a bit of skimming on these 2 walls. So the first step we do is we either use PVA or SBR. What I'm using here is SBR. SBR is it's good because it sort of kills all the suction in the walls. And it's as well, I used it on this job because there were still parts of it where the suction was a bit heavier. If I had to use PVA, I think I might have struggled with it a little bit. So you're always going to SBR or PVA before you plaster sort of anything really. Fresh plasterboard would be one of the only things. Fresh plasterboard and fresh render would be the only 2 things. I wouldn't PVA or SBR. Bonding, if you skim over it the same day, you could get away with no SBR or PVA, but not generally a good idea to do so. So my basic setup would be, you see here I'm just scraping around these plugs. There was some wallpaper stuck in my hand. I would usually screw the plugs completely out and cover them with bags, but these were being replaced, so what I've done is I've just screwed them out enough where I can get my trowel behind. Yeah, the benefit of SBR, it completely kills the suction on the wall. It's a really good bonding agent, but if PVAs already have PVA works pretty well too, to be honest. Okay, so now we're going to bond this big hole. So this is magic mix. I call it 50-50, some plasters called, but basically it's finished mixed with bonding. So I mixed here about a bucket full of water, which mixed up roughly about half a bag, and then about 7 or 8 handfuls of bonding. It's mixed tight. Basically what it does, mixing the skim through the bonding, is it allows you to skim over it the same day. So I basically skimmed this probably about 35 minutes after I bonded it. And I skimmed it. It's a good way of skimming over bonding from the same day, basically. So now we're going to get our plaster through on. So we mix it pretty loose. Again, what I've done here, because there's so little plaster to be mixed, I've mixed around 2.5 buckets of water, and I'm going to do both coats from the same bucket. And there's a lot of people out there that'll say that that's one coating, but I don't think so. We'll do the first coat, we'll close it in, we'll let it sit for a little bit, and then we go straight away with the second coat. After we've put our first coat on, we're going to flatten the walls in using our speed skim. I've also going to be doing a little video about how I set up my mixing area, and how I mix, what plaster I use. A few videos back, there's actually a video of me breaking down all the materials that I use on a daily basis. So if you want to get more information, that video, I'll link it here. That's the place to go, basically. So this is our speed skim. It's a 900mm speed skim, and I use it to close in my walls now. I never used to use it before, but it's really good, and it helps when you've got walls like this one that's taken up quickly, which is sort of setting a bit faster. You can get it nice and flat. It saved me a whole load of times, to be honest, using this. Using the speed skim. Again, a link to the speed skim that I use and all the tools basically that I use are in the description. They're Amazon affiliate links, so I get a small percentage if you buy any of the tools. So yeah. Now our first coat is on. We're applying our second coat. I'm not sure if you can tell, but these are pretty high walls. So what I usually do when it's really high like this, I'll come across the center of the wall, as you can see here, and I'll leave the joint just below eye level, so you can see it's sort of about the middle of my chest. And that's so that if you see, if there's anywhere on that wall, which you shouldn't, but if you do see, the joint isn't at eye level basically. So we're going to second coat both of these walls. After we second coat, then we'll close it in again. this is us just giving it a second close in with the speed skim, so we're flattening our second coat. It's a good idea to use a metal blade if you are going to do this step. The plastic blades often draw the moisture to the surface of the plaster, and it'll make it set a bit quicker. You can struggle a bit if you use a plastic blade to close in your finished coat. And you can see there's a few stones get pulled in the plaster, so I just go back and fill them in. So we're going to use our water brush now. It's an 8-inch horsepower water brush, and again, link in the description. And we basically just close the plaster in another time. We're not using a whole lot of water. We're using some water, but not an awful lot. Any sort of little drier spots, I would use a wee nip of water just to help me close them in properly. But the speed skim's done most of the work here, so we're just coming in and tidying any of the big lines up. We're actually gonna where we're working this into the old wall. There's a bit of a high spot, and you can see the sort of line down the plaster. That it's like a raised ridge, which allowed me just to finish into it. But as you can see here, I'm gonna spend a bit of time, and I'm gonna brush down the plaster that's on the old part of the wall that we're troweling into, and then we're going to put our trowel half on the plaster, half on the original wall. Basically that's how we get it nice and smooth our first time closing it in. Okay, so this is actually we're cutting the plaster at this stage, so this is what I call cutting. What we're doing is we're agitating the surface of the plaster with our water brush, sort of like sponge floating. and then we're using almost new Marshall Term Prima shape. We're digging it in hard, good angle on the trowel and putting plenty of pressure, and what that does is take any lumps and bumps, any waves, stuff like that there, it takes it out. This is a system I've been using for a good long time now, and it works really well. It'll leave the plaster sort of like a matte finish, and then the only other stage after this is our final trowel. So we use a Rafina Superflex 2, and we'll just flexi trowel the walls. It's pretty self-explanatory, so I'm just going to let you watch it. And that's basically it for the voiceover anyway. I'm going to leave you back to past Daniel, and he's going to outro the video. Thanks.
Okay, so that's just done for the day. It wasn't a very big job. We patched one of the walls halfway across at the window, and then we re-skimmed the whole other wall. You see, before we skimmed, we put some bonding in that big hole. What it actually was magic mix, I call it. So I mixed a bucket of water with skim, and then a few handfuls of cement and a few handfuls of cement and bonding. That just allows me to skim over today and not have to worry about it blistering and coming off. But that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, guys, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. You can become a member. Becoming a member gets you an extra video every week or every month, and this video and all other videos that you'll watch have been posted 2 weeks before, so you get the videos 2 weeks before everybody else. Basically, there's a few other tiers there, but that's what you get. You can also go to Patreon or buy me coffee link. Patreon's the same, you get the extra video 1 month. Our Amazon affiliate links. The way the affiliate links work, you click on the link, you buy something. It's all tools there, but if you go and buy anything else within 24 hours, I get a small percentage. The thing that you could do what helps the most is like, comment and subscribe. Doing that, it pushes my videos higher within the YouTube algorithm, and my YouTube's monetized, so I get some money. The higher views my videos get, the more money I get, and you can do that. You can make them videos get more views by liking and subscribing, commenting on the video. So only 95% of the people that watch the videos aren't actually subscribed. So if you could all go and subscribe, we could hit that 2,000 mark this year for sure. We're on 1,300 subscribers. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching.